Q1 and Q2 journals with an H index of 21 uh, and more than 1,700 citations. He is the founder and CEO of Ad Vivum Education and Research, leading innovations in the intersection of healthcare research, education, and artificial intelligence. He serves as adjunct faculty at MAHE and a number of other institutes and has academic experience across the USA, Canada, UAE, Qatar, Hong Kong, Cameroon, and Saudi Arabia. He has delivered over 100 invited keynotes and hands on workshops globally and is now focusing on research writing, academic publishing, AI in medical education, etc. He has many books to his credit, and his contributions have been recognized with the fellowship of the Indian Association of Physiotherapists as recently as 2025 and the Distinguished Service Award in 2020 and the Significant Contribution Award in 2013. He also serves on the editorial boards of multiple international peer-reviewed journals in health sciences and education. So with that, over to you, Bakar.
Thank you
Go
so much
ahead.
for thank you so much for the brief, Sucheta ma'am. Good evening, everyone in India, and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the different part of the world. And I'm very much thankful to HP to give me this privilege. I'm very much grateful to continue, which Avinash Supe sir and Chinmay sir has already started. So I will be taking some part of it because I feel generative AI is quite a big domain, and there are a lot of things to learn. And this technology is evolving day by day. Maybe whatever I'm teaching today will be totally different tomorrow. So I'll just start my slide. Okay. Yeah. So today I'm taking a very small part of this generative AI era. We have started working with generative AI like couple of years back. We even tried to write some papers in 2023 and 2024. The first paper which we wrote was uh, how this generative AI is going to impact health profession education. And after that, recently we have another six more publication, including one in Frontiers in global Frontiers in Global Health, and that is on the impact of AI in critical thinking abilities of the future healthcare professionals. So coming back to my topic, which is today I'm going to cover up on how we can use this technology basically for the infographics, because we feel it's one of the very important component of our health profession education. I am going to cover like what different things we can do. Today we will just, since it's a very short time duration we have, and it's an online webinar, so we do have certain restrictions, but I'll try to make it much more interactive, and we will see what are the different principles. Although Chinmay sir and Avinash Supe sir has covered a lot of different principles. So I'll try to fill up the gaps, which was a bit empty. So I will try to fill it up. We'll also see what are the different tools. Although there are more than 50 or 100 tools, especially when it comes to generative AI. I'm not using the word AI because AI is quite a big terminology. It's a complete science. And what exactly we are using these days is just the tip of the iceberg. It is just a generative AI. We will see some sort of it. We will also see what are the different outputs we are going to get if we are using the same prompt into different AI tools. I hope I am visible and audible enough to everyone.
Yes, Dr. Bakar. Go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah. So as I was telling about the briefing and the principles of AI, we need to understand what exactly uh, or which part of AI we are exactly at. Because it's very easy for everyone to just download the app or just open the laptop and just go to any tool and work on that. But I still feel if we understand the basics of AI, our work become much more efficient, and we save a lot of time because we understand how this ecosystem work. So what we are using is, I feel, just a tip of iceberg, that is generative AI, in which these days we are just generating some text, audio, or video, or images on the pre-trained transformers. Like everybody is using Chat GPT these days. Even the GPT. Can anybody tell what does this GPT stands for? We know Chat GPT. Everybody is using Chat GPT, but what is GPT? Anyone? I think somebody texted.
Generative pre-trained transformer.
Yeah, so it's a very strange thing. Like we have to think what we are using, and I don't know. Like everybody was knowing like what Dr. Das just texted. It's generative pre-trained transformers. So it's all about the large data and machine learning and natural language processing and the way we teach and we train these transformers to talk to us, that give us GPTs. And when we talk with them, we chat with them, it becomes Chat GPT. So there are different LLMs. We are going to cover some of those, and we will understand what are the basic difference between all those, and how far we can go with these type of tools, especially when it comes to the use of this generative AI tools in health profession education, or more precisely today on the infographics. So as wisely said, like a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. So infographics is some things, any picture, either this picture you can see, or even if you see a picture of Apollo moon landing, or if you see some pictures which like that DNA strand when it was first pictured. So it changed the course of science, it changed the course of history. And I feel infographics is something which makes us uh, understandable to the heavy things which are so much difficult to see and read from the text. Like if you remember during our childhood days, we used to love the comics like Chacha Chaudhary and all, which with the cartoons and all, because those were much more easier for us to grasp rather than reading the novel. I still don't know how to read the novel, to be very honest. I still feel the infographics are far more better for a lazy person like me. So, before delving or before going inside this system, I'm not going to cover all the tools, but I'll try to cover at least 4 to 5 tools, which I feel are much more better. And I think most of the people are using these tools, but I'll go a bit more inside those tools, like what additional tips and tricks we can use in that, what are the extra features which sometimes we don't understand, we can make our infographics much more better. So I have one question for everyone. Which apps you are using these days to create infographics? Can you just put up into the chat box? 2 minutes for it. What are the different apps you are using? Notebook LM, nice. Sujata ma'am. Canva, Notebook LM, Napkin, Canva, Gemini, nice. Notebook LM, Canva, 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 Chat GPT, Parsarthi sir, Pixel, Subhalakshmi ma'am, Sanjeevni, Notebook LM, okay. Canva, okay.
Even Copilot works.
Yeah, I do. What else? Napkin, Canva, Pixel. Nothing else? Meta AI. Okay, nice. I haven't used Meta AI. Canva. No, okay, Thumbkin, Canva. Okay. I thought, is it anything new? कुछ नया है क्या? Paperpal, Sanjeevani for infographics. I really don't know. I never tried it. PictoChart. Gamma is good for presentation, but for the basic formatting, yes. I will suggest GenSpark than Gamma, since we are not talking on presentations today. So I'll not go into Gamma or GenSpark. We are talking about infographics. Anything else we want to add? So I'll just summate. Okay, so one thing I understood, okay, I don't have to teach Canva, and it is good because I'm not going to cover Canva because I know lot of people, everyone is using Canva these days. So there are certain things Flicky for short videos, Padmini ma'am. Okay. So there are a lot of tools, but there are difference between tools and the real large language models like ChatGPT. Let me close this chat. Gemini, Claude, Grok, Apple Intelligence, Mistral, Meta AI, and DeepSeek. Anything remaining from it? Like, can we add anything? Anyone? Did I miss anything here?
Yeah, I missed Copilot, I think.
Yes, thank you for it. But the
Not
Copilot is
LLM.
not using own LLM. It is using the LLM of ChatGPT. That's why I
Ah,
have not added it. The same thing
Perplexity. And
exactly. The Perplexity also, they don't have their own LLM. They are using LLM of Microsoft. They are using LLM of even ChatGPT. They are not having their own LLM. So this I actually wanted everyone to understand the LLM is entirely different things, but there are tools which we are using which are actually based on these type of LLM. One of the commonest LLM most of the apps are using are ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT is running on 5.2. So if you go even to Perplexity or Copilot, they are using the LLM of ChatGPT. So LLM is entirely different thing. Do you know what is LLM? Anyone? Just a brief for 10-15 minutes, then we will start with the infographic section.
so since these are using different LLMs, so I expect the output to be different, right?
Exactly, exactly. But what is LLM? What do you mean by LLM? क्या होता है ये LLM का क्या है क्या? See, we are not from the engineering background, but we should understand what this ecosystem or how this ecosystem work. What are LLMs?
it is regarding to language module, I feel.
Not exactly. Anything else? Anyone else? I'm not opening chat actually. Large language model. Okay. LLM means, yeah, large language models. But what are large language models? That was my question. So the thing is, if you go to US these days, and if you go to Virginia, especially Virginia, they are now settling up a big, a sort of warehouses in which there are a lot of computers. So what I'll do, let's say if I want to build up my LLM, so I'll just take one space, or उस space में I'm going to try to download all the data from the internet. All the data means all the data from the internet. So all the LLMs, like these are the major chunk which I have just mentioned, like OpenAI. Like OpenAI is a company. ChatGPT is a tool which we are using from their company. Gemini, Apple Intelligence, DeepSeek, Claude, or Mistral, Meta, or Grok. So what they did, they just downloaded all the content into their storage, and after that content gets stored, let's say I have downloaded all the data till 28th of January till date, so I'll have that data, then I'll teach that data to talk. I'll just have some codings and some algorithms of machine learning and natural language processing. So all the LLMs are different, but the rule of machine learning and natural language processing is same. So we need to understand. That's why we get very different result, even though whenever we are using the same prompt with all the LLMs, because they have all the different databases. Now the problems with these LLMs are basically two. One is they are all retrospective, they are not real time. So if I have downloaded till now, maybe the next I'll download after 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. This is the biggest issue. Second most issue, or second most, I think, complication of these LLMs are the data is so much unfiltered. We actually don't know what information is correct, what information is not correct. And that's why we get a lot of hallucination, because these machine learning models or these LLMs, they don't understand what to respond, and they try to respond you something vague, which becomes an hallucination or the fake data. So that's the problem with technology. Like whenever these early access or these application comes, it also brings the anxiety. So how this generative AI works? So like I told you, they just try to download all the data. They try to understand the structure and pattern. They process the information with this machine learning and natural language processing. And when we talk, we get the output like text, image, videos, audios, or whatever it is. So coming to the importance of these generative AI tools. Sorry, so much of slides, so much of graphics. Sometimes it is overwhelming. So we are broadly using these AI tools even for infographics, for our teaching and learning, for our research and scholarship, for assessment and feedback, for administration, for curriculum design, and for the clinical purpose. Anything anyone want to add here? This is what I feel like we are using these generative AI for all these factors. Anyone want to add anything here? Anything missed? Anyone want to add anything? Okay, on the chat box. Letters and correspondence, personal productivity, publication. But I think in the research and scholarship, Sujata ma'am, it's almost covered. Letters and correspondence, I think they are the part of administration. Personal productivity, yeah, but we are talking about the professional use of this. Otherwise, people are even using AI tools to learn how to cook the food or what to wear what. Root cause analysis, planning. Yeah, planning is a part of administration. Jamkar sir. Yeah, so these are the things which we are using. So before going with the demonstration and different tool, we need to understand like which Chinmay sir and Avinash sir was telling in the last section about prompt. I like to add an principle of this prompt engineering. We need to understand that prompts are the language and grammar of AI. The machines are learning to talk. And I am 100% sure, maybe in 1 year or 2 year, all these prompts or prompt frameworks will be obsolete. It won't be useful. And I think I can bet on that. After 1, 2 years, we don't have to think about the prompts and all, because the way the machine is evolving, the way it is getting taught, so we won't have to think like what we have to write. Sometimes I think even emotions are going to work more than the words. So for now, when we are using any tools, even for infographics, our prompts are very, very important. Whatever things we are writing, it is so much important. That's why even in last session, Chinmay sir put up into the small words, and I always put up into the big words. It's all about garbage in and garbage out. The thing which we put into this system or into this tool as input, the output will be according to it. So we cannot expect, or we cannot expect like, हाँ हमारे मन में तो ये था, and we ask something and we are getting the same answer what we were thinking in our mindset. No, the thing which we are going to ask, we are going to get it. Skill enhancement. Yeah, it can be. Thank you so much, Madhuri ma'am. So the prompt framework works very easily if we write a very vague uh, prompt like I need a car. Definitely our Genie from AI tool, if you are using Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, it's going to give you a car like this. But if you write it clearly, what exactly you need, like I need a black Honda Civic with a good mileage, registered, insured, and parked in my driveway, the output is entirely different. So when it comes to the prompts, the more clear prompts we write, although we have covered some of the prompt frameworks into our last session, I'll just try to summarize, and I'm going to use only one or two frameworks from it. And if you want to take a screenshot, you can take. So there are different families of frameworks. I always classify into five types, that is structural, minimalist, reflective, narrative, and advanced. And for lazy people like me, I always use TAG, that is task, action, and goal, which is much more easier. And definitely one of the human tendency we have is all about the chain of thoughts or the chain of talk. Like we talk and we try to extract the knowledge. So there are different types of frameworks. There are total 15 types of framework. There are five type of family, and every type of framework is useful for different purpose. We cannot have a similar type of framework for all of our tasks. For skill enhancement, it will be different. For your administration, it will be different. For your teaching and learning, it will be different. Again, I'm quoting it with a disclaimer like these prompts might be useful today, might be this year, but I think from next year, the machine is getting much more enhanced. So I don't think the prompts will be so much useful after some time, maybe after 1 year or 2 year. But now, yes, since the machine is still into the learning phase, we need to understand different type of prompt engineering. So when it comes to the infographics and health profession education, uh, when it comes to the teaching and learning or whatever things we are doing these days in the profession, we are having a lot of complex information and we have cognitive overload, especially when it comes to the students. And even if there are very heavy text material, so infographics are something which makes the things easier for the listener what a person is going to convey. We always say like a teacher is nowadays like we are like a facilitator rather than just reading the board because everyone is having the knowledge. So there are different tools, more than maybe 50 or 100 tools day by day we can get, and I feel there are a lot, and sometimes it confuses us a lot. And there is not such a single tool in which we can have all the answers or all our tasks done. Maybe even in ChatGPT is good for something, Grok is good for something, Claude is good for something. We will see that thing into the last. But I'm going to cover with the five or six tools which I feel which are much more important. The first and the foremost is ChatGPT. So how we do create the image in ChatGPT? What are the different methods? I know most of the people have created the image. I want to listen it. So this take this as my first activity, and I would really request you all to like speak up this time and tell me like how you create an image from ChatGPT.
So giving the prompts.
Yeah, like what? Like for example, if I'm opening a ChatGPT, let's say I'm just opening a ChatGPT here. Okay, now what is next? Sujata ma'am.
Yes. Once you open the chat GPT, what is your area of context? So that should
Let
be having, yeah,
let's say we want to teach about the heart and heart functions to first year students,
yes,
and
yes.
we want to create an image in ChatGPT. So what will be our next thing to do?
You want it to be in the diagram form, right?
Yeah, we are talking about infographics.
Yeah, yes, yes. So giving the clarity about the heart, because I'm a from a dental background, so I was just like trying to, yeah. So,
Sujata ma'am,
you,
that's why I took the heart because I think everyone will be same
yeah,
page
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I
No,
wanted
no
to take
issues, no
example
issues. Yeah.
everyone here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Please continue.
yeah. So when I try to give the prompt related to the heart and its function, I will mention about kindly give the clarity about the picture related to the heart, how exactly
Okay.
it functions.
So,
Yeah.
like, help
Yeah.
me to write it. Okay, how to
Yes.
start? Like, totally naive. I don't know about ChatGPT
Yeah.
and how we are going to start. So, yeah, ma'am. Yeah. First, what I
Yes.
should write?
Um, kindly explain in a diagrammatic form how the
Kindly
heart function,
in the diagrammatic form.
representation of a heart
Okay.
with
Represent
its various parts,
the part with its various part. Okay.
and explain in detail about how exactly it functions.
And explain in details how
It functions.
it functions. Anyone wants to add anything in this?
You have to give him role first. You have to say you're an expert physiologist, an
Mm-hmm.
expert in understanding how does heart work first. I'm a student of blah blah whatever it is, and I am learning how heart works so that he
Okay.
understands why we want it. And let us say
Okay.
I'm an undergraduate, and then give him the task, and then you have to tell him what format we want, and
Perfect.
you have to specify exactly why you want, which format you want, and then it will give you.
Perfect. So, like, if we try to decode what Sir even said, like, first is to give the role, right? So, I'm a physiologist. Anything we can add, Sir, here?
So role, task, then target, and who I am, so that it understands what exactly, and then format. So whether it want a movie, whether it wants a PowerPoint, whether it want an image, what image it wants. Otherwise, it will give you maybe not to our satisfaction.
Perfect. Yeah, Nidhi, ma'am.
I think I thought of the prompt as consider yourself a first year student who's looking
Mm-hmm.
for an image of heart showing all its vessels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last time I got the tip from you that it has to be personified.
Yeah. Anyone else?
This prompt would be
Anyone else or anything we can add up? Now, see, it's when these technology came, it's all about anxiety, and we all have different way of thought process. And when we put up, Nidhi, ma'am, you want to say anything? You still your hands is up.
Sorry, not now.
Okay. So yeah, sir has said correctly. The first thing is a role, and we need to, yeah, Dr. Joshi.
And I feel I will also give them some references from which book or maybe from, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I would also, refer only to these kind of books and take references from them,
Mm-hmm.
in addition to
San
whatever Sir said.
okay. Sanjeevni.
Sir, there are prompt generator sites also. So directly we can give me the prompt for this. They can also generate. That will be the more easy, I feel.
See, that is our competency these days, Sanjeevni. Like सब काम पूरा वही करके दे मतलब we are not going to use our critical thinking. So I agree there are different sites in which we can even generate the prompts. Even ChatGPT can generate good prompts.
Hmm.
But I totally second with Sir, like we need to feed the things properly, even with the references and all. Because even if we try to generate prompts from the websites, sometimes, or I think most of the times, they are too much vague. They don't understand what exactly we are doing. But I always prefer to make a persona first. So let me try to create a persona first. Let's say I'm a physiologist. with 20 years of experience. यहाँ पे वैसा हो रहा है कि sometimes I'll use Hindi also and Marathi also if people are okay with it. Arun sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like you are a god and you are creating an avatar here. So the more better persona you create, the more better output you get because you are talking to a machine and you are telling the machine like you are this, you are that. So whenever I am creating a persona for any task, either even if I am generating an image or if I am generating a video or audio or text or trying to get any sort of help from this generative AI system, I'll also focus foremost on the persona first rather than the task because sometimes like ma'am said okay if we can write I am a student of this. If we are writing as a student, these LLM is going to think as a student. If we are trying to teach him like I'm a physiologist or a cardiac surgeon, it will think like that. But I'll also try to add up more of the experience and competencies when I'm creating a persona. For example, I'm a physiologist with 20 years of experience in teaching. Sorry for the spelling, I'll correct it later on. Teaching in the top 10 university in USA. Not I am. You are. You have supervised more than 20 and 50 postgraduate students. Anything we can add here? Anyone?
So your chat GPT slide is not visible, huh? Only PPT slide is visible.
Actually, Vakar, we can't see your screen at all, so
Sorry,
we don't know what
of
you're
your
talking.
chat GPT, it is not visible.
Wait. I'm so sorry. Can you see it now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is okay.
Perfect. Sorry. Thank you so much for notifying it. Yeah. So I'm just trying to create a persona now. Like you are a physiologist with 20 years of experience in teaching in top 10 university in US. You have supervised more than 20 PhDs and 50 postgraduate students. What else we can write?
Then it will give you research project.
Yeah. You have
and
more than 100 peer reviewed papers and
and explain
textbooks. What else, sir?
good
Can
and
we add more?
explain in the diagrammatic form.
You are known to teach. Mm, okay. So
Now
we are
kindly
done with.
explain in the diagram, and let us say kindly explain in the diagrammatic form,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe in animation form,
Okay. Uh, Animation. Mm-hmm.
form in MPEG 4 format.
Okay. Impact 4 format. Sir, but we are let's create an image first. We will go to video in the later part, like in the last part. I am going to use some apps for the video, but let's stick to the image. So for
Then
image,
JPEG
JPEG, yeah, JPEG. Okay.
Sir, I would
of high quality.
High quality. Mm-hmm.
Explain in detail how it functions.
Just a minute.
And then you have to give explain in detail in font what font you want, in Arial font with 20 size.
Sir, don't you think if we put up all the things together at first, it won't be overwhelming for the
No,
any
no,
tool?
otherwise all that thing comes in 5 font somewhere in the bottom.
Right. So if I'm just trying to review it and I just edit it much more better, like create an educational graphic for undergraduate health profession students, explaining the structure and function of the heart, use well-organized visual layout with short labels, maximum 6 per label. And infographics should include all this thing. Keep the tone academic,
Hmm.
learner-friendly, avoid unnecessary decoration, and focus on clarity and
Hmm.
educational usefulness. What I'll do, I'm
Yeah.
just even dropping this same prompt into the chat box so that even anyone can use that with me and we can have a sort of comparison of different tools when we are using. So the next thing what we are going to do, definitely when the chat GPT came, it came with DALI, which used to generate the images, but now they have made DALI obsolete and they have put up create image function within the chat GPT. So there is no conflict of interest of me in different apps. I'm using certain apps which are paid, and some are I'm using the free version. For ChatGPT, I'm using the paid version because I feel it helps me a lot into my different tasks. So I'll just create image, and I'll just put enter. Too fast. Okay, nice. Now we are having around these three images. Which one we should select? One, two, three.
Third one is better.
This one, sir?
Hmm. But then it is little bigger.
Yeah, it's much more better. And I really like the color and the flow of it. Can we change anything in this, or anyone wants to change anything in this image?
Ask her to have little better, bigger font.
Okay, I like the fourth image. I'll save this image before it goes.
Dr. Nakvi, while you are preparing, I have a query.
Yes, ma'am.
This image would not have been created by AI, it would have been taken from somewhere, right? AI would have taken it from somewhere.
No, mostly it creates. Yeah, this is, one of very good question, and it's very useful for us,
Uh,
especially when it comes to the copyrights and all.
yeah.
Uh, we always have that issue when we are using any image from a textbook or from
Google, yeah.
internet,
Correct,
the
correct.
copy issue.
Right.
But the best part of these AI tools is we can generate our own image. Yes,
Hmm.
we have to put up a disclaimer. The image has been generated by ChatGPT or
Yeah.
different whatever we are using. So we are at least much more in a better space than using something from the book. So the ChatGPT have created this image. It's not from any different any sources.
Okay. Because ChatGPT or any AI never tells us where it got the image from. So what if it is picked up from somewhere and just put it for us? So we
We
can
can ask.
put a disclaimer, then it's okay, right?
Yeah, it's always better to put up the disclaimer. And I feel, ma'am, because of these AI tools, we are into much more safer hands now because, we can create the images. We don't have to think about कि अगर हमने वो image वहां से ली and then
हाँ,
some
वो बात
copyright
सही है,
claim
बट
and all.
पता नहीं चैट जीपीटी भी कहीं से उठाता होगा, मुझे तो ऐसा लगता
No,
है।
but when we are asking him to create, it's
हाँ,
very less. 99% I'm sure like it's not taking from any place
yeah.
because
No,
we have
no,
not asked him to search.
So as
it
long as
doesn't take.
you don't
It
know,
doesn't take
at
from
least,
your personal
yeah,
database. Several
Mhm,
times I wanted. I use Gemini. So I
mhm,
said you have right of handling my Google Photos. So
Mm-hmm.
download my photo from Google and use it
Mm-hmm.
for some purpose. It says I have no right to go to Google Photo. You download and upload here.
Mm-hmm.
So he says I can't go into personal space.
Yeah, I think at the end of the whole exercise, maybe you can ask the AI itself, is this original करके पूछ सकते हैं.
But then
वो
it
तो
says you can use it.
So
You can
basically,
use it.
but my take is, I think since we are giving the prompt, it is generating on the basis of our prompt.
Hmm.
So it has to be a newly generated
Newly
image.
generated one, yeah. And plus, we are putting the disclaimer, so at least it absolves us of any other
Yes, right.
responsibility.
Right.
can you see the screen?
Yeah.
And I asked ChatGPT, like, भाई कहाँ से ला रहा है image? And he said, I did not take images from any specific source,
Okay.
website, textbook, or copyrighted material.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much. Got it.
yeah, so it is not lifted from any textbook, not taken from any proprietary databases, not generated. So it's like completely like that.
Not generated by me. That is funny. Anyway.
Yeah, sometimes it goes like this.
Hmm.
No license of him. Okay, let ask him. And
Okay. Thank
then,
you. Thank you.
yeah, nice. It's all visual references he makes. And since I'm using this for Famer and also it will take all my data all together like that also.
Okay.
So let's go
And
back to the
then when once we start using it, it knows
yeah,
everything detail about your past, and it
everything.
it gives you
Ev-
all the information of your past.
Exactly, Arun sir. And when Sam Altman was in front of the US judiciary, he said, no, we are not storing any data. But like if you're using ChatGPT, you can ask, do you remember we made this letter? And it will tell you, yeah, I know at this time, at this date, I made this letter.
Hmm.
So all our data is already there, and these AI tools, they remember whatever things we did.
Because
That's
I was just writing to Gemini that I was not able to vote in a closer polling booth. So
Mhm.
it created a very nice letter, and then it says, as a vice chancellor, you have every
Mhm.
right to have a closer booth. And then it said, why don't you write to High Court? And it
Mhm.
created a letter for High Court
Yes,
and give
it,
me an email ID of High Court registrar. And then
sir,
it says, you are a personality. So why don't you write to Times of India? And then it created a letter to editor. So it
Mhm.
helped me so much so. So it created a small thing for X. So all on its own.
Right, sir. So I always say, Jamkar sir, this AI tools are not artificial intelligence. What we actually need, it's all about augmented intelligence. Our critical thinking is very much important when we are using this tool. And these tools are becoming so much scary. We are just starting with generative AI. By next year, when artificial general intelligence will come, things will be scarier than ever. Like you will just ask him to do like this and he's going to do that, because those things
Yeah.
are already started as AI agents now. If you're using AI agents in ChatGPT or in Manus, it can create everything in that. So I'll just go to the next because we are running out of time. So I'll go
Yes, I
back.
think.
Yeah, sir, because the topic is a bigger enough,
And
and but yeah,
just to add, we follow with Sanjay Bedi, and we use
yes,
all Chat GPT for creating MCQ for question generator. I
yes,
think
sir.
we do a lot of things with Chat GPT. We have say statistical test generator with a Chat GPT. I think all of us who are member of MEU group, we have more than 10 different engines being used
Hmm.
with Chat GPT.
Yeah, it can work even in a team these days. You can have one
For academic
team and
academic
work on that.
governance of CBME, and at least
Hmm.
I use what you call it as MCQ question generator, which is
Hmm.
CBME aligned. So let us
Hmm.
say I'm teaching urolithiasis. It gives you 20 questions with all CBME aligned and gives you all the questions.
Right. Nice, sir.
Thank you,
Napkin.
Sri. Thank you, Jankar sir, for sharing the expertise. Dr. Vakar, what is the next component you want to cover now?
Yeah, I'm just going into the next
Yes.
component. If you can see it is napkin. Can you see my screen clearly?
Yes.
Yes, we can see yours. Yeah,
The
please go.
second is napkin. I think most of the people are aware of napkin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'll stop share here and I'll just share my other screen because we are going into napkin now. Okay. So we are going to use the just a second. The same command which we gave for creating the image in ChatGPT. I'm using the same command so that we can at least compare the output. Like if we are having the same prompts and if we are using into different AI tools, what will be the output? And because I still feel we still don't have one fit to all of the sizes. Every tool has some good things and some like some pros and cons. So for in napkin, I think all anyone who are not aware of napkin.
I'm not aware.
I'm not
Okay, so
aware.
okay, perfect. So, sir, napkin is something which actually started by Indian only, and napkin is a tool which can give the visualization infographics very fast, especially when it comes to the graph or different types of charts. It does not create directly images like what we are expecting from art, but if you want to do a classification and all, so for that you have to go to napkin.ai. I'm just opening it again, napkin.ai. Once you go to napkin.ai, sir, you will go to sign in. If you can do it simultaneously, that is much more better. You will go to sign in. With the sign in, you can use your Google account to log in.
It is free.
Yeah, for some part it is free.
It is Indian.
No. One of the founder, he is Paras Joshi. He is Indian, but they are all in US and it is all mixed. But most of the people working, they are Indian. The brain is always Indian. So can you open Jamkar sir, napkin.ai? So I'm also giving the demonstration here because we are running out of time. So I'm just trying to post the same prompt here and I'll just select it and I'll select on this option, create generate visual. And in the downside, it is going to give me visualizations or infographics like this. Now most of the people are now knowing about napkin, but there are a lot of things which we can do in the napkin itself. We can customize into a better way. Arun sir, you can see like we can make different types of graphs, classifications, or different teaching learning materials. Even the exams can be done using the napkins. So I can use different type of graphs. If I want to teach about the hard functions, I can go to more. Maybe I like this, like they are the vital
I
components.
should say for a school.
Yeah, we can use it for any purpose. Basically, I even use it for my presentations. I feel napkin is so good in infographics when I don't need image, but I need some graph, or even if I want to create a graph, what I can do, I can just paste my data in it, and it will generate a very beautiful graph. And let's say if I'm using this type of infographics and I'm clicking it, I can even change the colors. Or let's say if I want to use this, I can also go here on the right side once the infographics is there. I can go to font. I can change the font. If I want to change the font, I want something more better for the title. I can go with Comforta. So we can change it. We can make it bold. I can go back. There are some good features which most of us miss. For example, if I'm teaching this heart function and I want to use this type of infographics in the presentation, and I feel like there has to be heart or something in the middle. They have a very good feature. It is known as Spark Search. You have to just click over it. And let's say if I'm talking about the heart, I will just write the word heart here. So it will give you different type of options in the infographics. I hope everybody can see. I'll go back here.
There is
Dr. Vakar, as you explained, I think Dr. Nidhi has a question. Can we take her question as well? Or do
Yes,
you want
ma'am.
to
where,
put
where,
questions at the end?
Dr.
And the end,
Vakar, where is the prompt? Where is the prompt yours?
sir,
Uh,
I have pasted that in the chat box.
Jamkar sir,
Thank you.
can you take
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
question by
Can I?
Dr. Nidhi? Yes, Nidhi, please go ahead.
I just want to know, suppose I have written a chapter, a book
Mhm.
chapter, in which I have written some mechanism of action for for a particular thing. If I cut paste that mechanism of action part text and paste it in Napkin AI, it will generate some image for me, right?
Perfect. Yeah, it will.
Now, since it has that part or that, say, I mean, maybe in a book chapter, pick up two, three text paragraphs and generate two, three images. So that part, say that percentage of my written my manuscript has already gone into AI. So will it be picked by, I mean, आजकल जो, I mean, it should not be AI generated, and what about journal stake in it, and what about plagiarism? I mean, I was just trying to correlate all these things actually.
Ma'am, there are two things involved here. One thing is what you said, you are taking a text and you are converting that thing into a infographics. That is
Right.
totally allowed in all the journals. Yesterday, we got one publication in BMJ Open. That's my
Okay.
paper. And in that journal, we have used an image and we generated it with the napkin. And in the disclaimer, we have clearly mentioned the image which we are using
Mhm.
in this paper. It has been generated by napkin, and this is the website. But when it
Okay.
comes to the text, we cannot
Mhm.
just use it because AI generation, when we even use AI tools for manuscript or for research, we can use it for structure, we can use it for grammar, we can use it for even data analysis, but we have to put up into the disclaimer like what is the AI tool which we are using and for what we have used that.
Okay.
I hope I'm clear, Nidhi ma'am.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you are definitely clear, but I hope this is what I understood is that if I am using some text and generating an image based on that and giving a disclaimer when I submit it to some journal, so they already know that this part of text has been used in AI somewhere for AI purpose somewhere. So it won't show in their software as plagiarism or something like that, or I mean, some. This is a little vague question that way.
Let me rephrase the question for you, Dr. Vakar. The question is,
Yes.
we have our original content, okay, and we paste it on AI to generate an infographic. Then
Mm-hmm.
subsequently, we use the same content in a manuscript. So when
Mm-hmm.
we do that, will that get flagged as plagiarism?
No, 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 it will
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
It will not.
perfect, ma'am.
It will
Perfect. Thank you.
not. It will not. It will not. It will
Okay.
not. Yes.
Okay,
I
thank you.
hope I. So there are different options also in napkin, in which we can even, let's say, I can open up an image because most of the people we use napkin just कि हाँ एक generate कर लेते, but napkin is bigger than this. In napkin we can even take some existing image. Let's say if I have this image, I can even play around with it. I can even create things from it, like I can sketch something, some trash on that. So, before, if you remember when we used to have PowerPoint and all, it was so difficult for us to generate the graphics or to do customization of the graphics. But with Napkin, not only you can create a new graphic, but also for an existing image you have, you can do a lot of things into that. You can even create the infographics over it. I'll go to the next one because we hardly have time and we have to cover everything in
So there
next
is one question.
36.
Uh,
Sanjeevani, can we
yeah,
have question and answer fast?
yeah, we will facilitate all Q&As at the end then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, later on answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll use.
Meanwhile, please post your questions on the chat box. I'll take it up at the end. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. So I'll go back to my presentation. Presentation is visible, I think.
Yes. Please go
Okay,
ahead. I mean, no, but you're still on napkin actually, not
okay.
on your paper. Yeah.
Sorry. I'll just go back. I'll go share. Uh, uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see Notebook LM?
Yeah, we can see that now.
Perfect. So Notebook LM is something from Google. I really like Google the way they are progressing with these generative AI tools, because two of the tools we are having today is they both are connected with Google. One is Notebook LM. It also generate images. But rather than going to Notebook LM, I feel they have upgraded a lot with Nano Banana. Anyone heard of it?
Yes, I
Have you
use
tried
Nano
any
Banana in Gemini.
in Gemini? Okay.
Mm.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
I think it's been the rage all over, right? So people experimenting with multiple images. Yeah.
So let's give, see, now we are experimenting something, ma'am and sir. Now we are not giving any infograph, and not we are not giving any persona, and we are just giving the direct command. And here we are putting the image selection, and we'll put enter and see what is the difference between the image which we got in ChatGPT 1, Napkin 2, and Nano Banana. What do you think which will be much more better? Okay, I have to open the chat again. Nano Banana. Who is this Gen AI GPT?
Can I help you with that? So Nano Banana Pro model is better. Dr.
No,
Parth.
but I'm seeing the author name,
Yeah, Dr. Parth,
Dr.
sir. He has mentioned it there.
But the name is Gen AI GPT, so I got confused. Like we also have GPT
No,
also as
I
a
haven't allowed
counterparty.
any writer tools, author tools over here. So we have only humans on board.
Okay, but with the Chat GPT name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can see, I feel with if I compare with ChatGPT, Napkin, because Napkin is having altogether different use than just creating an image. It creates exceptional infographics, even the graph, like one of someone said about if I can demonstrate about the graph. Yes, but it does do. But I feel Gemini or this Nano Banana, it is more precise, and the chances of error is very less in Nano Banana if you are creating an image. Although yes, ChatGPT is having a lot of different functions and different way of creating an image. Gemini will be creating something very much basic, but most of the content here will be 95%, like they will be having error free. But still, if you see this image, they still have error. Like the spelling of undergraduate here is wrong, the spelling of misconception here is wrong. Maybe one or two spelling will be wrong here. And we can even ask uh, the tool to make it 3D by model. Let's check it out.
If it makes a spelling mistake, it's very difficult to correct the spelling mistake.
Yes. So that's why, sir, we have to put up in prompt, like whenever they're giving any output, just cross-check the image and the spelling before giving me the output. Now I have asked him, before the image was 2D, I asked him to make it 3D. It can create it, but still there are spelling mistakes. There are.
So on Canva, you have the grab option to pick up the text and edit, right? So this doesn't provide that.
It is in Canva, but I still feel we don't have that much of flexibility in Canva, because
That's true.
we get stuck sometimes. So I'm skeptical always about Canva. I use it sometimes, but uh,
Because I was creating one happy birthday greeting card, all the
mhm.
time it created Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I have to discard.
It happens, sir. It happens, sir. So I'm just having this last infographics in Nano Banana. Then we'll move to the next and the last one, which I really love. And see, still it's giving the errors with the spelling. So we have to be very much precise. Sometimes we can just cut up the things which we need from here and just paste it. The last thing which we will go Is my PPT visible clearly?
Yes.
So whether you are using Notebook LLM or Nano Banana or any of the components, the way you phrase your prompt is the same, right? Or is there any specific prompts for that?
No. So that is the thing, ma'am. Like it is the language and grammar. The more specific and the more better prompt we use for any of the LLM, the output is dependent on your prompt. And yes, on the tools. Now, for example, before going to Sora, the last one, for different purpose, different LLMs are better. For my clerical work or drafting some, small things, I'll use ChatGPT. But if I want to summarize something and if I really want to read something, I'll not use ChatGPT. I'll use Claude. If I want something on clinical reasoning, and let's say I have a data, or if I have a result, or if I just want to have a critical analysis or something, I will not use ChatGPT. I will not use Claude. I will not use Gemini. I will go with Grok, because all different tools are having their peculiar qualities. So, we cannot depend on one tool which is going to solve all our problem. For now, we have to understand कि हमारे समस्या क्या है, what questions we have, and according to it, we can ask the tool depending on what is our requirement. For example, visualization, I feel so good with Napkin. I feel that I'm happy with Napkin. For critical thinking, I'll go with Grok. For explanation, or let's say if I want to, Jamkar sir, if you want to create a speech for some university or something, I'll use Claude. I will not use Word. I'll not use ChatGPT or Perplexity or any. I'll go with the Claude. So we need to understand, like for different purpose or for which purpose we have to use which type of tool. The last is Sora. Anyone heard of it? Sora?
No.
Okay. So Jamgasa, Sora is actually the first video generated tool which OpenAI came out with. ChatGPT, Dr. Parthasarthi is the product of OpenAI. Even Sora is a product of OpenAI. So it's ChatGPT is not a company. OpenAI is a company. So Sora is one of the product in which we actually we can make the images also and videos also. Now there are two things. One thing, in Sora you can create image also, and in Sora you can create audio video also, and you can justify or you can change different settings based on the output you need. You can go with the aspect ratio. For presentation, we always use 16:9. If I want to make something for the phones, or if I'm making any small video for the students or for the patients, I'll definitely use 9:16 or 2:3. So for the sake of presentation, I'll use 16. For resolution, uh, we can go with 1080 also, but for now we need the output to be fastest. I'll stick with 480. We can create how many seconds? So for now, I'll take 5 seconds. Rather than two video, I'll take one, because I feel it will be much more better. So we are going to use the same prompt, which we already used in to the other AI tools, and I'll just put enter. Now here, the thing is, this Sora, what is now we can see online, is Sora 1.0. They have even launched Sora 2.0, which is much more better, much more realistic, but it works only on iPhones and the phone. So I'm not giving that demonstration because I have to connect my phone. And if you're using iPhone, definitely you can try with it. So once I have given the input here, I can see up like they are creating the image, they are creating the video, which is now queued. It takes around 5 to 10 seconds. Sometimes it takes 1 minute to generate an video. So if you even open Sora, you can see different type of images what people have made. And again, Sucheta ma'am, when we are generating anything from Sora, we are much more free from the copyright issue. We can create good images and good videos even with Sora, and we can be so much into a better space if we are just putting up clearly like this is the AI generated. Because if you see a lot of AI based videos these days on YouTube, they put up a clear disclaimer, AI generated. So, but for the academic
Raju,
purpose
Hmm.
or
ते कुठे
HP
आहेत?
purpose, for HP purpose,
डेझर्ट
I
तयार करायची रेसिपी.
Yeah. Please go ahead, Dr. Vakar.
so yeah, so I feel like for the sake, for the research, for teaching, or for any assignment, it's better just to put up a disclaimer like this image or this audio or this video has been generated by artificial intelligence or generative artificial intelligence with the name of the tool. So it's now queued. I think it's taking around 1 minute. Yeah. And the best part of Sora is if suppose we are getting something which is not up to the mark, we can edit the prompt here. Once we get an output, and if we think like the color is not proper, or if we want to change the grammar or language or anything, we can edit the prompt and ask Sora to make it again. It's so good to play with it. If you are using the free version of ChatGPT, the access will be limited. But if you are having a paid version, you can create very good videos also in Sora. And I feel it is sometimes uh, very good for us whenever we are creating any classroom presentations. This videos help us a lot. Still it is going round and round. I created some images before also, but it's not related. So I made this one before. But Jamgas are here. This is the video I just tried to create yesterday. So we can edit it. I created two altogether, but now we are creating one. So I think it will take some minutes to make it up. Okay, we already are running out of time. So I'll go back to my presentation. So I give this command, this prompt to Sora, which I generated from the ChatGPT itself. I'll go back. I think it's taking time. Once it comes, I'll definitely put up in chat.
Suppose you have some story, uh, can it produce a video out of that story?
Yes, sir. In Sora we can.
But then you have to give images. Suppose I have 5 people in that story.
Yes, sir. We can give the image, we can edit the image, or we can even ask him to generate the image. We can do both of the things.
So let us say we are creating one joke out of
Like a cartoon characters you are talking about, like the
cartoon
comics.
character.
Yes, people do it. People do it, and it's very easy to create even from ChatGPT. And you know, sir, what I feel, it's always to use two or three tools all together to create a single thing. We cannot rely on just ChatGPT. Maybe we can create a script from ChatGPT, the basic script. We can have an explanation from Claude, and then we can create the images from Nano Banana, and then we can put everything in Sora to compile everything, and it will give it to you. Josna ma'am, can we have like the discussion section? Then we can just, I'll show you once the Sora will give us the
So
output.
we want to take Q&As now? Okay.
Yeah.
Kant, are you there? You had a question for us?
For a napkin, I try to do that. It give only concentric circles, nothing.
Yeah.
Can you share the screen?
Yes, sir. So while you post your question, I'll take up from other members. They've been waiting for quite some time now. Yes, Dr. Vikrant, are you there? Do you want to have your question now?
No, actually, thanks, Dr. Gosna, and thank you so much, Dr. Vakar. I was just trying to reiterate what Dr. Nidhi was asking. I thought that she was asking. I just quickly want to put it across. I thought she was asking that if we put our content on the Chat GPT, does Chat GPT next time when someone puts a prompt show the same content that we have put on Chat GPT?
Dr. Vikrant, are you saying that if we give the same prompt, will the same output be there for everybody? Is that what you're trying to say?
he got
Yeah,
disconnected.
actually, no, what I meant was if
Uh-huh.
I am giving a prompt by writing some part, like what Dr. Nidhi was saying, as a text from the chapter that I've written, if I
Yeah.
put that text into the prompt of ChatGPT,
Mm.
and ChatGPT, corrects my language, grammar, and gives a modified version, does my prompt be shown to others the next time as a cue?
No,
No.
it won't be. It won't be, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
It
thank
won't.
you so much.
Yeah.
I'm not able
No,
to hear, but still, thank you.
Yes,
no, it won't
Vikram.
be.
Yeah. I can update you, Vikram, when we catch up tomorrow. So we have one more question. ChatGPT does multitasking like a Swiss Army knife. Does that do
Yeah.
that? And for customized GPT, should we have a separate persona for infographic?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like, although I don't have any conflict of interest, but I'll suggest everyone, like if they are not using ChatGPT full version, they are hardly using 10% of ChatGPT. And I feel like ChatGPT, if we are paying in India around 2200 or 2300, it's worth. And it's always better to have our customized persona for all of the things. If you're using for infographics, if you're using for research, if you're using for data analysis, if you're using for your lectures, if you're using for your assessment, it help us a lot, because since we are not focusing on chat gpt or persona right now. Otherwise I could have given a demonstration about how to create a very strong persona in which the chat gpt does not hallucinate and it gives a proper excellent 100% correct answer.
Mhm. Okay, thank you. Dr. Sanjeevani, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, I want to ask in napkin in free version. Okay. For example, I'm using from last 1 year or 1 month, for examples. In that, how we will come to know कि this much images I use and this much images, because they give images wise, right? In free
Yeah.
version,
Mm-hmm.
वो इमेजेस वाइज देता है कि 1 महीने में और 1 दिन में इतने इमेजेस आप बना पाओगे. तो
Right.
हाउ आई विल कम टू नो कि दिस मच अकाउंट इतने ही मेरे पास इमेजेस बाकी है.
देखो यार, that is the Sanjeevani, that is all up to this napkin wala. We cannot, well, I think they give 10 images a month. And if you're using a paid version, because I feel, it's not bad these days, because I feel we still have that taboo के हम जो free वाला चीज़ है वो use करेंगे. यार, companies, they are creating such a big products, they are having a very big startups. Definitely they are going to charge at least minimum. So even $10 or $20, if you are really in need of infographics for your thesis or for all, getting that thing for 1 month, it is worth of it. So with the restriction they have, even for ChatGPT or for Perplexity or for Napkin, they do have restrictions. And the full version, definitely they have more features, more customization than the free version.
यस, राइट, ओके, फाइन. मिस, मुझे ये जानना था कि वेयर इट यू आर एबल टू सी दैट.
वो तो दिखता है ना हमारे नैपकिन का, जो हमारा वो
I'm
जस्ट द फर्स्ट.
I'm not able to get it. That's why I asked you at that time कि when
आइडियली
we are
आई
able to.
अभी अगर इफ आई एम जस्ट
But your is paid version, so definitely you are not able to
नो,
see.
मेरा भी फ्री वर्जन नैपकिन का मुझे इतना
Okay.
यूज नहीं है, तो आई एम आई जस्ट ओपन अप माय नैपकिन. मेरे चिट्टे
Okay,
पिट्टे.
so meanwhile, can we take one more question? I think Dr. Nidhi had a question. So,
Sanjeevani, see, if I go to my recent napkin on the left, I can see all the
Mhm.
things what I, even if I have just created a graphic, even for LinkedIn post, I use napkin very often. So I have all my like graphics and everything uh, on the left. If you go to the library,
That. Okay, fine. ठीक.
yeah. Next,
the
please.
question they have is, if we have created a persona, will it be stored as customized page in ChatGPT, which can be visited again anytime?
Yes, it do. It do. What I'll do. Okay, there's one more thing. There is. I don't know how many of you are using the Chat GPT full version, but there is also Chat GPT Atlas. I'm opening it here. I don't use Chrome these days. I use Chat GPT Atlas, and ma'am, in Atlas, Chat GPT is a default engine. So, what was the question again? I just,
If we have created a persona,
yeah,
will
yeah.
it be
I'm
stored
coming.
as customized page in ChatGPT?
Yes. So if you can see on my left, I have created all this persona. So it is always there, and I can keep it edited. Like, for example, if I have this persona of my not Famer Guide. Okay, I'll just open AI resource person. So it will be always there. That is the beauty of the paid version, I feel, in which if I can create a persona, I can edit it always, I can update that thing always. And now I have like because I take a lot of AI workshops, so I keep all my material into my persona because it becomes easier for me. Like if for next workshop I have these objectives and I put those objectives in my persona, it will go back to my all the all the content I have already given to it, and it will give me it into a very well versed way. So I save a lot of time if I'm using the persona, and I can update it whenever I want. If I, for example, if today's workshop is done, I'm going to update it like, oh, I have already taken it. So I have to always update my persona, or it saves a lot of time. So yes, persona is very useful, and we can update and improvise it all the time. So in paid, since I'm using paid version, it's quite helpful for me, the personas.
Vakar, have you seen my the image of napkin?
Sir, there is okay, let
I
me
don't
Yeah.
think
check.
we could see that, sir. Yeah. Do we have any questions from our audience?
So now same prompt I put, it gave me that image. That's all.
No, sir, I'm just opening it. Sir, because you have sir, what you did, the pattern you selected, that's why you're getting this blank. So if you change the pattern, that's why whenever we are putting, if I'm just putting a same prompt again, जो आपने भेजा, जो अभी
And
हमने use
the
किया था.
prompt was same that was given by you.
Yes, I got your point. I got your point. So I'm coming back to my desktop. I'm going here. I'm going to napkin, and I just paste it here. ये मैंने paste किया यहाँ पे, इसको मैं create लिख देता हूँ, screen is था. And if I select, आपने क्या किया सर, जो आपने visualization, the visualization you have selected, it is having that pattern. So what I'll do before finalizing the pattern, I will check which is more better for this text, because I feel the text and infographics what we are using, it should actually align. So आपने जो use किया ना, so you just clicked it. So what I'll do, I always try to see for these part of the things which I want to take for the same prompt, which will be much more better. So अभी जैसे आपने जो लिया, I'll go down. I think it will be there. See. Yeah. So आपका नहीं मिलता जुलता था, it was around similar. But I think, sir, you can just click on it and you can change the pattern also on it. For example, if I have by mistake I have made this pattern, if I want to change it, I'll either go back here, I'll select it again. This is the easiest way if I want to do. It's not getting selected. What's happening? Okay, back. I'll close. I'll go back here, sir. I will select it again. I will select on this spark symbol, and on the left I'll just wait and see which visualization is much more better. Sir, आपने जो किया है ना, उसका infographics का वो design ही वैसा है. That design is like that. Can you try it again with different graphics on the left?
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have one
Yep.
question. For statistical analysis, which one would you recommend?
Yeah, there are two basically. One is Julius.ai, but I feel if you are having the basic statistics like descriptive, like mean, standard deviation, or even sample size calculation, ChatGPT is having their inbuilt application for data analysis. I'll just show it around, and I think everybody can access it also. I'll again go to share screen, desktop. I'll go here. I'll go to ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, you have to go to apps. In apps, you can search for, no, I'll use another way. Okay, I'll go down. Lifestyle, activity. There is, no, 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 no. There is some problem. Sorry, I'll go to Explore GPT. I apologize. I'll go to Explore GPT. In Explore GPT, I will go down. By Chat GPT, you can see this app, Data Analyst. So now the thing is, being in health profession, education, we know we have used different types of statistics softwares like SPSS, which is one of the very commonly used. And even if you see in Western settings and some of the Indian institutes, they use R Studio. So now R Studio is totally based on Python. AI is based on Python, and so data analyst is totally based on R. So these data analysts, which ChatGPT is given, I feel, I have even tried it for my own statistics and I have compared it with the statistician. The results are good, but still the rule is same. We have to properly give the prompts here. So they're still using this, like I can feel like this is much more better for a basics statistics, mean, standard deviation, sample size calculation, or the small projects. We don't have to go to statistician for it.
So, but it requires a clean Excel sheet.
Yeah, definitely. It needs Excel sheet, clean Excel sheet, and even it can help you to clean the Excel sheet also. And since this is working more on the chain of thoughts, rather than just asking these tool to give the analysis first, we can first upload the Excel sheet, ask it to clean it, to recheck it, see which sections are empty or not. If there are some issue, we have to fix it. And then we have to ask. What I do usually, I never put up the Excel sheet first. I always put up the protocol or proposal first and ask the AI agent, like, what do you think, which test we should need? Then if the AI agent says X, I said, okay, my supervisor has said Y. What do you think? He compare. I try to communicate, and then I said, okay, now I want to calculate the mean standard deviation, but I have a raw data sheet. We need to first clean that thing up. I'll just upload it. I'll clean it up, and then I'll ask it to give the output. I'll not rush.
Mm-hmm. In the process, how much of data can get lost or misrepresent?
It depends. That's why I said, like, for small data, like for now, for mean standard deviation, for the sample size calculation, for small descriptive analysis, I feel this is good. But if you are having a very big data or some big projects, I won't suggest you to use this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll suggest you to go with statistician or SPSS.
Mm-hmm.
I have put a link on in my chat about chatgpt.com about statistical test.
Yes, sir. I am just opening it up.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, do we have any other questions? We have about 5 minutes before we wind up.
Jamkar sir, I have just checked this statistical GPT, but what I'll suggest you to just try to give a task to this one and give a task to the data analyst from ChatGPT and compare the result and see which is much more efficient.
This is given by Dr. Sanjay Bedi.
Yeah, but you can have a comparison. It's always good to have a comparison to see which is much more efficient, which is much more
Yeah,
precise.
yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Dr. Nitish.
It may be just out of context, but I just, being member secretary of IEC, I just wanted to know, is there any plagiarism detection tool for text for AI?
Turnitin is the best one, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly.
Which one?
Turnitin is the best one. Turnitin will give you a report for the normal plagiarism report also and AI report also.
Would you put in
Okay,
chat?
thank
Would you put in chat?
Yeah. And they only give
I think it's
the
already typed
institution.
in. Yeah, it's already typed in. So I have one question. So if we are looking at plagiarism, PaperPal also gives you a report, right? So once you upload your content on PaperPal and then you submit it, so will that get considered under plagiarism somewhere?
Ma'am, Turnitin, the PaperPal is also powered by Turnitin, but
Hmm.
not the complete one.
The complete
I,
version.
I agree, like paper pal is exceptional when it comes to scientific writing, but for plagiarism report, for just sake of checking it, it's fine. But if you are submitting it to a journal or submitting it to IC or submitting it to university, I'll suggest you go with the proper Turnitin
Mm.
because the reports are entirely different.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
There are some other tools which are recommended. Drillbit,
No,
Authentic.
no. Authenticate is it's a part of Turnitin only. Authenticate is like it is all subscription. If you are paying much more, like more amount, you are going to get Turnitin, and if you have less amount, they're going to give you Authenticate. Both are almost similar, but trust me, if you just upload a similar manuscript to Drillbot, to Paperpal, to Turnitin, and to Authenticate, Turnitin is going to go in deep and going to check for your plagiarism. That's why most of the journal, I'll say most of the journal, they use Turnitin
Yeah.
because it is the strongest plagiarism detection software. So even whenever we are submitting any manuscript, we always check for two plagiarism, a normal plagiarism and the AI plagiarism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
think
now,
Turnitin has also bought the R Urkund or the UGC recommended
Orkund is
this
dead. Orkund, when it
this
came in
recently.
2019, I
Yes,
was
sir.
one of the nodal officer from my university. I even attended that Orkund workshop in Mumbai, MGM. And they started it with something. It was actually a Russian company which started Orkund. And then, yes, Turnitin bought it up. So even if you compare uh, the plagiarism report of Drillbit, what Yogesh sir has said, because it is cheaper, Turnitin is exceptional. Yogesh sir, the problem क्या होता है ना कि आप यहाँ Drillbit में कर लोगे, but when you're submitting it to the journal, it should Turnitin. That's the
Mhm.
issue.
Mhm. Okay. So we can have one last question.
Last question, please.
Yes.
No questions?
Okay. I have a question.
Yes,
How much
please.
time does it take, or rather, to put it across, what is a driving force to be learning a lot of these AI tools, especially when the field is evolving so much, and by the time you learn and adapt to one technology, one more would have come, or one more would have come. So, how do you think health professions educators should keep themselves updated?
I think, ma'am, there are two aspects here. One thing is if we understand, that's why I always, delve into basics. We should understand how this ecosystem work. उसके बाद कितने भी how many tools are coming now all work on the same philosophy. There are a lot of tools like Answer This, Research Rabbit, or any and lot of tools. But trust me, most of the tools, they are not there to make the work easier. They are there to confuse you and make the things much more longer. So I feel the 5 6 tasks which we do, like teaching, learning, clinical research, we should understand 3 or 4 tools. If I am right now, if I want to say, I will say 4 or 5 tools are enough. I'll go with ChatGPT. I'll just pay for ChatGPT. I'll go with PaperPal. I'll go with Zotero. I'll go with Napkin. And sometimes I can go with the Grok, and I'm all good to go. I don't need any other tools for it. So definitely, yeah, these tools are evolving, and it's very difficult for us to cope up. But I feel like the basic things, if we are getting from these 4 5 tools, we are good to go. I will not even go to Mendeley. When I'm having an open access Zotero for referencing, I'll stick with Zotero. If
Yeah.
I am getting everything from ChatGPT, I'll pay for the ChatGPT. PaperPal for language editing, it is best. Never ever use Grammarly, Quillbot, or Drillbot for it.
Okay, great. One last question, Dr. Nitish. We'll wind up by 8:30 sharp.
You said paper pal.
Yes, I'll
What is
just
that?
check. It's the best. Never ever use Quillbot or Grammarly. It kills your scientific language.
Paper.
PaperPal.
Yes. Dr. Nitish, one last question by you.
Ma'am, just last question. Just last question. Can we have a downloadable docx file from ChatGPT? Because downloadable PDF I have got, but downloadable docx file, MS Word file, is
Are
there
you
any
using
way
free
to
version, sir?
free version? Yeah.
You got the answer.
Okay. Thank you
You
so
can
much.
even
Thank
download
you, sir.
Excel sheet. You can even download videos. We have to pay for it.
Okay. Okay.
But
Thank
trust
you,
me,
sir.
sir, it is
Thank you.
worth. I really say paying this much is worth because a lot of things are done. And Jamkar sir said what he said, like how these things are, making the things easier are all tedious and taxing task. So इतना पे करना बनता है, बहुत सारे काम easy हो जाते हैं अपने इसमें. Best tool for
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you so much.
now, for Jio users, Gemini is being free.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in India, I think with Airtel, Perplexity is also free.
Yes.
So I got
Last.
Gemini free, and it is giving me far better service when it is paid.
Okay, sir. One last question by Dr. Anshu. She was asking on PPT.
I just wrote GenSpark is good one for presentation. It is new. And even just today, AHA Slides is also good. They have launched the presentation mode these days. Just today they have launched AHA Slides. So GenSpark and AHA Slide is good. Gamma is very much basics because आप Gamma से बनाओगे, so you get caught. You
Yeah.
get caught.
Yeah. Okay.
Even
Okay.
even Gamma AI is good for slides.
Yeah, but it's good for basic skeleton, sir. But you cannot have that customization or increase of slides more than 8 in that. If you try GenSpark or AHA slides, you can generate more. But I still feel, sir, I'll always use
GenSpark,
Google.
just write down on.
I
It's
just
there
wrote,
in
sir,
the
up.
chat box, sir. It's there in the chat. Yes.
I have just last one
Yes.
take up message for all. Like
Yeah.
all these tools are here to augment. I will never use to make a complete presentation from the tools. Rather than I'll pick up a slide, a template from Google Slides or Keynote I use, and I'll make the infographics and the images from the AI tools and paste it there. It is always to use it more handcrafted because you know what you have to speak. But when we create everything from Gamma or GenSpark, it is easy to make it, but it will be so difficult for us to speak from it. So it makes a bit of difference.
Mm.
Also, please review article writing best tool. The best tool for writing a review article is our brain.
Well said. Well said on that. I agree with Dr. Nidhi on that. So, thank you, Dr. Vakar. That was a very nice and interesting and interactive presentation. And
Even Copilot gives a nice PowerPoint.
yeah,
Yes, sir. Taking help of ChatGPT.
yeah.
No,
उधारी में.
Yes. So, thank you so much, Dr. Vakar. I'm sorry, we can't take up any more questions. We try to stick to our time schedule of 7 p.m. to
Right.
8:30 slot. Yes.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. And for those who want to catch up on this session once again and revise through, this is available on the AHPE YouTube handle. It is going to be there under the live stream section. And let's see. Dr. Walker was interested in taking one more interactive and innovative session. Let's keep the ball rolling for now and see you back at the HP Dialogue for February. Thank you so